Today, people talk more about the negative impact of immigration on our society. But what is immigration? Immigration is coming to live in a foreign country permanently. Most of the time, they come to the U.S. because it has been a welcoming country in the past. People immigrate from different countries because they want to live a better life and get a better job someplace else. And if they have kids, they want their kids to live a better life than them. Immigrants come to the U.S. to help the country because they form their own businesses. They give Americans the opportunity to get a job with those businesses. According to the Small Business Administration, 30% of our immigrants are more likely to start a business before someone who's not an immigrant. And 18% of immigrants are already business owners, and many other immigrants went on to be very prominent citizens. Former Secretary of State Madeleine Albright was an immigrant from Prague, Czechoslovakia. She was born May 15, 1937. In 1955, the Albright family fled to England after World War II had ended. Then in 1949, they immigrated to the United States and got settled in Denver, Colorado. During Madeleine's teenage years, it was easy to get used to the American life. She won a scholarship to attend Wesley College, and there she studied political science and graduated in 1959 with honors. She later on went to get advanced degrees in international affairs from the Department of Public Law and Government at Columbia University. 3 days after graduating from Wesley, she married Joseph Medill. Madeleine completed her education at Columbia University, earning a certificate in Russian Studies in 1968, and her MA and PhD in Public Law and Government by 1976. Madeleine was in a relationship for 22 years with Joseph Albright until he left her for another woman. Her parents were Mandula Corbell and Joseph Corbell, and her children are Catherine, born in 1967, Anne and Alice, twin girls, in 1961. She was made ambassador of the United Nations in 1993. Then, on January 23, 1997, she became the 64th U.S. Secretary of State under President Clinton, and she was the first woman to hold that position. She held that position until 2001, but because she was not being a natural-born citizen of the U.S., she was not eligible as a U.S. presidential successor, and for the same reason, she was excluded from nuclear contingency plans. Madeleine Albright is a good example of an immigrant who became very successful and helpful to the U.S. Her life proves that immigration can be a very positive thing. She not only was a successful political figure, but was the first woman to hold the high position of Secretary of State. In fact, even though she wasn't able to run, she helped Hillary Clinton in her campaign for president. Albright can be looked up to by immigrants of any age. She was a role model for the American dream.